Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a state of the market video. Today is Sunday, June 12th, 2022. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Also, if you like these videos, please don't forget to like and, more importantly, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Again, trying to grow that to the as large as I can. So again, appreciate you all doing that. Take a second right now, like and subscribe. And you can find me on Twitter at AlphaCharts365, always posting ideas and charts and stuff like that. Okay. All right. So I've been on vacation for a couple of weeks, and this is my first real good look at the markets. Right. I peeked at it a couple of times, especially on Friday. That was a rough day. So let's get into these charts. SPX, when I left, we were in this area right here. Looked like it may have been a little bit promising, and then it just completely failed right at overhead supply, right? And this line was drawn in before I left, right? So that's nothing new. You also see almost an acceleration of the 50-day down. Maybe that will lead to a capitulation, right? This acceleration down from by the 50-day. I don't know that, but that is, this has gotten very steep at this point. We'll see if that continues. Maybe comes down, tags VWAP 3848, and that VWAP, if you remember, we'll just go to weekly, make life easier. VWAP was from the COVID lows right here, right? So that's the VWAP, and that's where it held up so far on the SPX. And so as of right now, it's an important area. We'll see if it continues. Again, this topping pattern is still, it played out perfectly. Here's your retest of the breakdown, and then the move on. So, and we said that the VWAP would be roughly a measured move, 11% or so, right? So that roughly is the measured move. So let's see if it holds here again, right? If it does, then that would get interesting. Then this area, then maybe it chops in this area for a while, and this is where the bottom is created. We don't know for right now. Very strong moves to the downside. Gap down, close near the lows, higher volume, just ugly price action. RSP, the equal weight SPX, roughly the same look to it. You have the big topping pattern, the breakdown. This one actually came up a little bit better. The 50-day acted as resistance, and then it rolled over, and you see the 200-day now is declining, right? Right there. Again, just a big gap down, 2 rough days in a row. Let's see what happens when it gets down to the VWAP, and then we could kind of reevaluate. Again, the Qs, story really is the same as far as topping pattern. Didn't make it to the 50-day. Now this is the VWAP from the COVID lows, so it's already broken down. So it's obviously the weakest of the bunch, and this is from 2019, the beginning of 2019. This VWAP right here, and so that's the one that's holding, and it looks like the COVID lows from the other ones. So that's kind of what I'm watching. And also this 277 level, which is this gap fill right here. And so right now we're kind of just in a range. Again, you have this very, steep declining 50-day. If you could chop around in here, maybe the 50-day would, start to flatten out, but we're nowhere near that now. And it just looks terrible. The idea was it would come back, retest, and then pop up, right? Well, it came back, it retested, but it just literally gapped right through it. And that shows such a lack of demand that there's obviously no one's buying at this point. Big volume here. Again, not the biggest volume, right? So the big volume distribution looks terrible. Let's look at IWM. So again, like the other charts, big gaps down, but it hasn't taken out, it hasn't made new lows yet, right? So you want to take a positive. IWM held where it was supposed to hold, right? Which is right in here, 171-ish, 170, held. Now, if it comes back and retests or makes a higher low and bounces back, that could be the start of a bottom, right? And IWM actually outperformed because if you see, it actually got above the 50-day on this day. Again, lower volume, I get it, but it got above the 50-day. So now if it comes back down here, makes the double bottom, and then comes back up, that would be very impressive. Again, here you have a downtrend line. You got a lot of stuff going on here. There's a 5-wave pattern that's trying to complete. Maybe it did complete it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So maybe that was the completion right there. And maybe now this is a new pattern. I'm not a huge Elliott wave person, but if I see the 5 waves, I like to mark those off. So maybe this is a new type of ending type pattern, zigzag or something like that. I don't know. I'm talking now that I don't know. But yeah, but so far, so you can't buy this, but we can talk about potential scenarios, higher low, potential scenario. This area holding or even like an undercut to this 166 to fill the gap, right? To really get the bears all ginned up. That could be it, an undercut with maybe a RSI divergence or something. 50-day then is, maybe down here in this 178 or so area and, 180-ish. And yeah, and then maybe it rebounds and 50-day starts to flatten, right? So far, we've been in this general area, 28 bars. So about half the time. So maybe it needs another month or so for it to kind of bottom-ish out. We'll see. But right now, all we know is there's a gap down and it sold off hard the last 2 days. Looking at the next one, IWO. Would have loved to see this one leading out. It really didn't. IWM did, I think, better. And it kind of rolled right back over, right overhead supply. Very similar to IWM, just not quite as nice. But still hasn't made a lower low yet. So that's something, right? So let's go. And we were hoping that it was going to hold and stick, and it just didn't. So we'll take those out. So it has not taken out the lows yet. That's the positive, right? We got to look at anything we can as positive and mid caps holding up, better than most. Again, like the IWM, it held and got above the 50-day before it rolled back over. 3 down days now. Decent volume over here on the last day on Friday. Maybe again higher low, maybe undercuts this and then moves back. I don't know, but right now, even though it kind of fell apart, hasn't made that lower low yet. All right. Looking at some ETFs. Again, this is my first time looking at these, so I'm kind of just taking a second to look at it. Yeah, so financials look like crap, right? You have this, everything's declining. It's under all moving averages near the bottom. It hasn't broken down again. This, and we got to let's just go to a monthly chart on this, right? So 2007 highs here, we kind of touched some in 2018, touched some again in 2019, broke out, came back. Nasty looking bar so far this month, but it's a retest of 31-ish. Could be in the cards, but that's where it has to hold. If that holds, it's just a retest, right? You can do it on the weekly chart too. Maybe it's a little clearer there. Right. So if 31 holds, that may be the bullish scenario, right? The bullish scenario is 31 holding, right? So let's not get like uber crazy bearish until 31 breaks in the XLF. Again, does it look good? Is where I'm buying? No, of course not. But 31 hasn't broken yet. Looking at SMH, and we'll say the weekly for now. Again, 215, 215's got to hold, right? 215's got to hold. If 215 breaks again, and I'm going to daily, then things can get real nasty, right? But as of right now, 215 holding, that's the bullish scenario, right? It could even go down to maybe 210, maybe again, because I drew these in, right? Maybe 210. But as long as that holds, I think everything's okay. And again, it held up. SMH actually got above the 50-day a few times, right? So if we can get maybe some choppiness over the next week or two, and then the 50-day starts to flatten out, that could be, that could be something, right? I'm just looking at here to here, it's 42 bars. Another week or two of staying in this range, and you can start to get a flattening 50-day. That changes everything, I think. But we're not there yet. It's just one scenario. So we'll take a look at wood next. All right, so wood breaking down, that is the nasty scenario. Definitely don't like the look of this at all. A lot of times wood leads, doesn't have to. Again, it hasn't really done much for a long time, but it now broke down. Now, if it breaks down like this, undercuts and zips right back up ahead of the market, that would be the bullish scenario, right? Got to look at both. So it's breaking down now, but next week, if you see it really start to come back, that could be bullish. We'll see. VIX is next. Let's go to line charts, clean this up. Remember, I'm doing this left-handed because I still have my cast on. And let's just take out all the moving averages because we don't really want them. All right. So VIX, it was coming back into a nice range, and then it just popped up, obviously, on Thursday and Friday, back above. So it's volatile, right? Volatility is here. You kind of expect that, not in a trending market, at least. Looking at bonds next. Bonds also had come back down very nicely. Again, I don't need volume on here. Bonds had come back very nicely. I really love the look of this. That was a very bullish look. And then it just retested basically and popped right back up. So a lower high here, that'd be the bullish scenario. If it makes a higher high, I think things get much nastier. Put call ratio. Love that things got real bearish real fast on Thursday and Friday. Can we get up here? I don't know. I mean, so above a 1.4 or higher with a higher low or undercut and rally would be the bullish scenario, right? So we're always looking for the bullish scenario. And that would be my bullish scenario. Undercut and rally with put call ratio getting up here. Looking at another breadth study right now, MMFI, and for some reason that one's not really coming through real good. But the last bar is, and it's at 26%. If we believe this to be true, then obviously breadth sinks. Let's go on though, because I'm not sure why that one's not showing up. But next it will be let's do the value line. Value line geometric index rolled over, and again, it's another measure of breadth. It came up, it retested, and rolled back over. That's obviously a very bearish look to it. I would love to see the value line geometric get above 600, 595, 600, something like that. Nowhere near that right now. But again, these are higher lows, maybe bear flag, maybe. We'll find out over the next week or two. But again, a concerning look, but there is a bullish scenario in there. So we got to be aware of that and keep an open mind, right? Finishing this up, let's look at gold. I mean, people aren't running for the hills, buying gold and burying in their backyard. So that's a positive, right? Um, so we'll take what we can at that point. And Bitcoin. And here's Bitcoin. Let's just go to bars. And it's down 3% today. This was a good look to it, and it kind of rolled over, right? So we'll see. Does it make that higher low? Do buyers show up? Does it come back here and get to 20,000? It could. Maybe one more push lower gets to 20,000. And that coincides with the market. With one more bearish run, and maybe that's when things start to really bottom out. I don't know. Obviously, none of us do. But this is the market overall has a very, very bearish look to it. So in my light situation, it's a red light, which means be patient, wait, no new buys, heavy cash. At least that's what it means to me. The state of the market is bearish. But we did highlight throughout this video the bullish scenarios to watch out for. Like, don't get caught too far into one direction. Maybe some of those bullish scenarios, undercut and rally, double bottom, higher lows, maybe some of those do play off while sentiment gets overly bearish. So let's watch it. Again, be very, very careful if you're going to try to buy anything. I'm still in cash from before I went on vacation. And I plan on staying in cash until I see this market recover a little bit better. All right. Hope you all have a great day today. Great week. It's good to be back. I'll start posting on Twitter again, some more charts and things like that. So at Alpha Charts 365. And again, don't forget to like and subscribe to YouTube. Appreciate everything, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.